Speaking of interesting moves, to say the least, Sergio Ramos, the former Real Madrid center back, set to join Rayados de Monterrey on a one-year, €4 million deal. ESPN's Oscar Gallardo saying the verbal agreement is set. Monterrey's directives planning a trip to Spain to finalize the details with Ramos. Rayados president Tato Noriega acknowledged the ongoing negotiations with the player. Let's get right to it, Herc. Are you cool with it?
Oh, I'm absolutely cool with it. I mean, this seems to be the chatter down in Rayadoville. You know, it's not that we haven't won a game this season. We're getting Sergio Ramos, a soon-to-be 39-year-old player.
Look over here.
Soon-to-be 39-year-old player who hasn't played in 8 months, who's coming off a not-so-great season with Sevilla, who was coming off of playing at PSG and not going exactly the way that he wanted it to go. Now Rayados are saying, yeah, but it's Sergio Ramos. It's Sergio Ramos. And it's fitting for a club like Rayados. So, some clubs celebrate trophies, others celebrate signings. That's where Rayados is today. So I am cool with it because I think their neighbor in town is more than happy with what's going on. Mm-hmm. And if that's where they're going to rely on, I think they're okay with it. I think Rayados fans are cool with it. I'll ask you in a second how you feel about that. But in terms of Liga MX and the notoriety, the marketing, the eyeballs that it's going to get, I think it's fabulous. In terms of on-the-field product, when they desperately need, a center back and maybe another goalkeeper or help protecting said goalkeeper right now, Andrada, I think it leaves a lot to be desired when you go after a player that's not played in 8 months who's nearing 40 years old. Now I will ask you how you feel about that.
This is a very passive-aggressive answer to "Are you cool with it?" by the way.
Yeah.
I acknowledge it. I know what sarcasm is. I'm cool with it. I got some laughs in the studio. I'm cool with it on several fronts.
Okay.
What it means to the league, yes, it's very positive. But we kind of talked about that when Ronaldinho went to Querétaro, and we all know how that
Danny Alves as well.
But when you talk about a professional through and through, that's something that we can guarantee that we're seeing with Sergio Ramos, right? Here's what I'm hoping as a Rayada. I'm hoping that Sergio Ramos arriving to Monterrey is the same effect that we saw with Giorgio Chiellini at LAFC.
Ooh.
It's the instant respect. It's the instant, let's sit down and I need to learn from you. It's the unmatched experience, honestly, that he's going to bring to the locker room, to the field, sitting on the bench, chatting with whoever the head coach is at the end of the day. My complaint with Monterrey has been in the last several years, since Jose Maria Basanta left.
Yeah.
A Monterrey legend
to
me. He left that center back and it hasn't been the same.
No.
Cesar Montes hadn't been the same when he left. So I think that this experience is going to be great. I'm not expecting him to play 90 minutes. I'm not expecting him to play like he did at his prime level. I think that's the realist in me still with both feet on the ground.
Then why pay him $4 million net a season if that's not what you're expecting?
Why not? Monterrey can. We talk about the finances all the time.
It's a domino effect here. Now, right. I have no problem with Los Regios, with Tigres or Monterrey, Rayados going out and flooding their team with top-level talent and paying for top-level talent. That's what you need. The league's going to grow because of it. But in this move, you're going to pay somebody who's going to come with the idea of not sitting the bench, but playing. That's not proven that he can play in the last 8 months, or that there's a team out there willing to pay him to play. And in doing so, you're going to block a Mexican international,
right,
in Victor Guzman,
right,
who could be getting that playing time. And Victor Guzman...
But who's to say Victor Guzman still isn't going to get 70 minutes?
And Victor Guzman not getting that playing time stifles him, and it stifles Tony Leon, ex-LAFC center back, who's there, youth national teams from Mexico, right behind him, not getting playing time. So it's going to be a domino effect because you want to overpay for the name. And I have no problem if you want to overpay for a name. That is fine. But let's not sit here and presume that Sergio Ramos is going to be a game changer, the piece needed for this team, Rayados, to win a championship, because the ultimate goal for Rayados,
That's what I'm
win
not.
a championship.
I'm not saying that, by the way, that this is going to save the whole season. I think it's a very, very interesting move. I think for what he can leave for this team, because not for nothing, that's only a one-year deal. It's only a one-year deal. We're talking about 2 tournaments, and we're talking about 6 months in. This could be him making a move away from Monterrey, right? Having this opportunity. So this is something I want to note Tato Noriega's plan at the end of the day and real reason why he's bringing Sergio Ramos to Monterrey. This guy's going to live like a king. He's going to live like a king in Monterrey. He's going to eat like a king. He's going to have a great time. But I hope that Sergio Ramos, trusting in the professional that he's proven to be for so many years in his career, brings that professionalism, and that kind of all translates. Because you always call this team pingüinos, pechos fríos, whatever. This isn't one of them.
No, he's not, and I'll give him that. I am not going to question the man and his fighting spirit. I'm not going to question him if he's fit. I think everything hinges on his fitness. Now, please do not sit here and tell me about, well, I see him on his social media, he looks fit, showing off the beach muscles. That there's a difference between I look social media fit and a difference between I'm going to go out and run for 90 minutes twice a week on the field.
Not
and I'm going to be
Cristiano
good.
Ronaldo.
I'm going to be good at altitude, and I'm going to be good at sea level. I'm going to be good here in the dry heat. I'm going to be good here. All these different factors. Turf in Tijuana. It's going to be a very different experience. He's a very good player. He was a great player in his prime. I don't know what he has left in the tank right now. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm interested, just saying that. The only part that I'm not cool with is something that you already mentioned. I hope he doesn't come in and stunt somebody's development and production with the team at the end of the day.
Well, we will see.
Yeah, well, they're making the moves, sure, to get Sergio Ramos here at the end of the day in the North.